So this is our April 17, 2019 update for the form scoring group. We have some major changes to the project. I'd like to start with just kind of an epiphany that we had, which was when giving people a score on their form, let's say it's the number between 0 and 100, it doesn't tell them what they did wrong. So if you're trying to be a form Nazi and just tell people that they're doing a bad job, that might be okay, but if this is a tool for personal health, it doesn't give them any, means for improvement. It doesn't tell them why they're losing points. That's made us realize, especially after doing some additional testing on how sensitive our model can be to small changes in orientation, that perhaps our best foot forward and what we've decided on doing is actually recognizing failures in form. Let's say for the bicep curl, our test exercise in our last update video, the failure to pronate the wrist, so you don't turn the wrist up as you come up, or the failure to complete the rep, so maybe you only do half a rep, or maybe you do an upper, you start at the contracted position and then only go part of the way down. Those are two common failure modes that people want to know if they're doing wrong, and we can easily identify those using our current model. And it's far more useful to the user if they know what they did wrong and where to improve than simply being told you got an 80 out of 100. The GUI, our user interface, as it's not with us right now, is currently under construction to have a little bit of a more fun output to telling them how they did it wrong. Of course, you don't want to just tell the user that everything that they did wrong. We do want there to be something a little more positive to that. And then, as has been kind of a plaguing issue here, is our upper arm mount. So the current phase of development is that getting the microbit to actually stick right onto the center of the delt is very difficult. It's a hard place because of how the body contours. It also, whenever you're moving, you usually will scratch the user. So it's been very difficult to find something that's both comfortable and that will stay well there. We will sacrifice a little bit of distance, like the total distance between them, between the wrist and the upper microbit by doing this, but we think it might be better to have a microbit, say, somewhere on the upper arm, maybe just below the delt. We think that would be an easier place to mount something to, and potentially an easier place to prevent scratching or chafing or any sort of movement impairment during the exercise. Our most recent epiphany and our design changes have all come from some of our user testing, which is kind of the big focus for this week, is actually taking it out, seeing what people want, seeing where they would like to see improvements in our current project. So what you will be looking forward to in our next update is the GUI being able to display any of your flaws, as well as some general scoring just to keep people motivated. Hopefully the finalized version of our upper arm mount, and then of course a couple different exercises beyond just the bicep curl, where we have mapped out some common failure modes, and all of that information will come from our current user testing. So after this, we're probably going to go to the UMC or to the rec, see if we can get some people to test it out. But that's our update for today. I think we're doing pretty well as far as progress.